AITA for ending things after my girlfriend manipulated me into an open relationship. Hi, I never thought I'd be the guy to write one of these posts, but here we are. I, 30M, have been with my girlfriend Leela, 28F, for 3 years. Up until about 6 months ago, I thought we had a great relationship. Boy, was I wrong. For some context, Leela and I met through mutual friends. She's charming, intelligent, and funny. Basically, everything I ever wanted in a partner. We moved in together after a year, and things were going well until she started hanging out with this new group of friends from her yoga class. At first, I didn't think much of it. I was happy she had hobbies and friends outside of our relationship, but she started spending more time with them and less time with me. When I brought it up, she brushed it off and said I was being insecure. Then, one night, Leela sat me down and hit me with the classic, "We need to talk." She told me she'd been doing a lot of soul-searching and felt like our relationship was getting too restrictive. She said she loved me, but felt like we were stifling each other's growth. I was confused because I didn't feel stifled at all. She then dropped the bomb. She wanted to try an open relationship. I was blindsided. We'd never talked about this before. I told her I wasn't comfortable with the idea, but she didn't seem to care. She started listing all the benefits of opening up our relationship. According to her, it would make us stronger and help us find ourselves. When I still resisted, she started guilt-tripping me. She said I was being closed-minded and selfish for not supporting her growth. She even cried and said, "If you really loved me, you'd trust me enough to try this." I caved. I didn't want to lose her, so I reluctantly agreed to try it. It didn't take long for me to realize how one-sided this arrangement was. While I struggled to wrap my head around the whole concept, Leela was thriving. She immediately started seeing a guy from her yoga class, let's call him Ryan. She was constantly texting him, going out with him, and even spent a weekend away with him. Meanwhile, I couldn't even bring myself to go on a date. Every time I thought about it, I felt sick. I hated the idea of being with someone else, and I hated even more that she seemed so okay with it. When I finally expressed how uncomfortable I was, Leela accused me of not putting in the effort. She said it wasn't her fault I wasn't meeting new people, and that I was clinging to outdated ideas about love. The worst part, she started comparing me to Ryan. Subtle things at first, like, "Ryan loves this band too," or "Ryan's into meditation, you should try it." But then she started outright saying things like, "Ryan's more adventurous than you," and "I wish you'd be more open like Ryan." The breaking point came a few weeks ago. I came home from work to find Leela and Ryan in our apartment, laughing together on the couch. She hadn't even told me he was coming over. When I asked to talk in private, she rolled her eyes and said, "You're being ridiculous." That night, I slept on the couch while she stayed in our bed. She was alone, thankfully, but it didn't matter anymore. I felt completely disrespected. The next day, I told her I was done. I said I couldn't handle the open relationship anymore, and that I didn't think she truly cared about my feelings. She started crying and said I was giving up on us and proving her right about my inability to grow. I moved out a week later. Now, here's where things get tricky. Since leaving, Leela has been telling mutual friends that I'm immature and insecure for not being able to handle an open relationship. Some of them are siding with her, saying I should have at least tried harder. Others think she manipulated me and that I did the right thing by leaving. I feel like I did the right thing for myself, but maybe I did give up too easily. So, AITA for walking away from the relationship despite it feeling completely one-sided and manipulative.